Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day wherever they are. Like I say, I'm not responsible. If anybody gets hurt, it's just my opinion, and sometimes I swear. Today, I'm going to do a reading on Oprah Winfrey. She was born. Um, she was born January 29th, 1954, in Mississippi. She's 71, and she's 5'7". And she's been in a couple movies like The Color Purple and some other ones, and she's talk host. She was in, you know, she was a talk host, and she's, she can be controversial person, a figure. So I'm gonna do a reading. I always do the ones about her childhood. Please tell me about her childhood. How was her childhood? Did she get along with her parents? Please tell me, Oprah. So please tell me about Oprah. Three cards, Oprah. She thought her mother was a nurturing person, that she was kind and good to her, and she tried to have financing and try to give her what she could with the money she had. Spent money as much as she could on her daughter, on Oprah. And she worked hard. She was a hard-working person, her mother. She felt like she was alone, though. She spent a lot of time alone because her mother had to work, and so she had to do that. And her mother was a truth seeker person that liked to tell the truth and didn't like to hide things from her daughter, and was a hard worker. And Oprah Winfrey didn't have to work when she was a kid. She just risked it and took it easy, and she she had to take it easy. Yeah, she had to. She took it easy. Uh, she restrained from working because her mother said, "No, you're not gonna quit school. I'm going to be the one who did it." So yeah, she said our mother was going to be the one working, not her. She didn't want her to quit school and do the working. So she had a good relationship. Good. Okay. Childhood. All right. Now I'm gonna do. Did she have a lot of friends growing up, Oprah? Did you have a lot of friends growing up, Oprah? Were you popular in school? For three cards I'm gonna do. Did you have a lot of friends in school, Oprah? Were you popular, or were you quiet and you kept to yourself? Please tell me. Did you have a lot of people you hanged out with? Or were you a loner? I'll do three cards again. Did she have a lot of friends, or was she a loner? She had fearful of being around some people because she was insecure as a kid, a teenager, and she had darkness in her past. I think she had some issues in her family that made her very cautious around people. And she was insecure about maybe the way she looked. You know how teenagers sometimes, if they have acne, or they were too thin or too fat, or they thought they were too thin or too fat, they were insecure about her look. She had darkness in her life. I guess she was worried that people would judge her the way she looked. She had inner strength, though. Also, like she didn't take any crap from people. Like if someone made fun of her, she stood up to them. She didn't. She had some weaknesses, but she tried to have inner strength too. So it was mixed. Sometimes she had inner strength, and she did have some weaknesses. Maybe she liked eating chocolate. She liked eating, chips. Like she liked to eat stuff that wasn't necessarily good for her when she was uh, when she was growing up, and she had low energy because she might have eaten a lot of junk food when she wasn't supposed to. Yeah, she had painful. Maybe some people didn't. Some This is painful endings. Maybe she had some people who didn't treat her well when she was in school. They teased her. She got bullied. I think she might have been abused when she was growing up, and that scarred her. And she, yeah, I'm gonna look that up. Was she abused mentally, physically, sexually? This is entertainment purposes. She said she was molested. Let's see. Was Oprah Winfrey molested? Entertainment purposes. Can you tell me? It says she was abused. Maybe she was bullied or abused. Can you tell me if Oprah, if you were abused sexually, mentally? Like I said, entertainment. That's what it says. She was abused. Uh, you know, Picked on. Three cards. Was she? It says she was abused, but was she mentally, physically? Let's see. Uh, she wanted to be wholesome. She didn't want to be abused, and she wanted to have a good life. Growing up, she didn't want to be, and she wanted to be happy, and she wanted to travel and be fulfilled. And when she was growing up, she wanted to get out of Mississippi and see the sights. Maybe she wanted to do other things than just stay in Mississippi. It says yes, she was abused because things was all up. Uh, she wanted she wanted to find someone who was romantic, charming, a man or whoever. So yeah, she wanted someone to be her knight in shining armor. You know how little girls used to grow up and say, "Oh, I want." So yeah, she wanted to follow her heart and find someone who loved her for herself unconditionally because she was abused. It says she was abused, um, and she had some tradition and things growing up. Things had to be a certain way. She she tried to forgive the people who treated her badly, who abused her. She tried to forgive them, even though it was hard. And she tried to forgive the people who abused her. So she was abused. That part she didn't lie. She told the truth on that. She was abused. All right. Uh, I'm going to ask this question. Is she, because she was with Stedman, is that a real relationship? Does she really love Stedman? Oh, this card went up. Uh, is she in a real relationship with Stedman since they've been together for so long? Or is that not true? Is she hiding something, Is she bisexual? Because the rumors say she's gay. She had a relationship with her best friend. Is she bisexual or heterosexual or gay? Is she bisexual? Because she's never been married. Nothing's wrong with that, basically being bisexual. But is she, is that relationship genuine? There was one card that kept on wanting to come out, so I take that. So I'm going to do 4 cards. Is she bisexual, Oprah? She wants to be in control of her, who she is. She doesn't want to. She's determined that people won't judge her if she would come out as gay or bisexual. Vengeance. She didn't want people to be against her if she ever came out. Or she doesn't like to be seen weak, She can be. She doesn't want people to be petty against her because sometimes she can be very petty against other people, saying, "Oh, don't do this," And she doesn't. She abuse power sometimes. She says one thing but then does something else. Oops. She has setbacks, because I think at times she wanted to come out, but she didn't know how to do it. And she has inner work where she wants to work hard for her she's afraid that people will judge her, and she's trapped. She's trapped if she comes out of the closet. It doesn't say right now if she is. But this misfortune and chaos, like if she comes out of the closet, she thinks she'll have bad luck. People will judge her. She might lose a lot of money, and they might think she's a failure. So it doesn't say. I'm going to do one more time. Is she bisexual? I'll ask one more time. Is she bisexual? And if it doesn't answer, hey, it is what it is. Is she bisexual or gay? Please tell me. Oprah. I'll do 4 cards. It tells me it does, but sometimes it doesn't. Doesn't want to tell you. Discouraged. Like I said, she thinks it would be a failure if she came out. She doesn't want to do that. She's basically saying, like, it's none of your business about, she's a private person when it comes to her sexual orientation. She doesn't want people to know. She would think it's a failure. She likes the money she gets. She had lots of opportunities. Maybe people wouldn't want to hang out with her. Even though she thinks some people would be on her side and stand up with her and say, the gays and bisexual and those people would be happy for her because they think she would be a confident person being outed. And she has opportunities that there would be there might be some good opportunities if she came out as bisexual, because people, like I said, on the left side would be supporting her, and there would be a lot of loyalty. She would think there would be loyalty. Struggle. Yeah, like I said, she's struggling to come out. She's not sure if she should come out because she's still, she likes her privacy. She doesn't want people to judge her. Some people would, the conservatives and people who aren't for the gays and bisexuals. So, and she doesn't trust people to, support her. So, I think she is. I think it says she is, but she's afraid to come out. It doesn't really answer, but I think it says she wants to come out, but she's afraid to come out. So it's a maybe. That's the best I can do about that. Sorry about that. All right. Is she involved with that Einstein person? Was she involved with Einstein? If I'm saying his name wrong, I'm sorry about that. But was she involved with him? Was she friends? How she used to be friendly. People really used to like her. And now that she's not a very popular person, was she involved with Einstein in his group? Please tell me. 3 cards. We'll make 4, because 4 you give more information. And I'm gonna have 2 of my favorite oracle cards. I love these. The only thing is it's a pain to shuffle. So, okay. Einstein. Yes. Was she involved with him? Yep, she was. Oh boy. All right, here we go. She thinks it was emotional, like it was a good thing she was hanging out with Einstein and his crew, and thought he was democratic, and she thought he would be in control of being around him, and maybe he would bring good things in the inner circle. She didn't think that he was a bad person in the beginning. And she was tolerant of how he treated people. Like she would just accept. Like she would, put on blinders and not care what happened. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, she was tolerant and supportive. She was a leader in a group with him. There's negative talk that she was friends with him, and people, they were gossiping. They were saying bad things with her being friends with him because he's done a lot of bad things with women, and she's, supported that. That's what she said. It says, and there was a lot of pain. There's a lot of at least pain from the people who she hurt and he did. So, well, things can come true. Things she wished things could come true. Maybe things are going to come true. I think sacrifice. She sacrificed a lot of relationships to be friends with Einstein, and it's coming to bite her. And she likes to live in the luxury. She likes to eat at 5-star hotels and restaurants, and stay at high class hotels, and travel and do the funner things in life. Giving and receiving. She likes to do charity work. She says, "Oh, I do a lot of charity for children because I was abused." She wants to learn a new skill. She wants to learn something new, advanced training. She wants to improve her life, maybe learn how to do yoga or do more stuff. Maybe she wants to write a book. Also, she has some regrets of how she treated some people. And she does have some grieving of, how Epstein did things and treated women. So she does feel somewhat bad. All right, I'm going to ask, did she have anything to do with abusing children? I heard that. Let's just see. I'll do. Oh yeah. Did she have anything to do with the abuse of children? Because, please tell me, was she involved with any of the abused children? Was she involved with any of the abuse of children, please? 2 oracle cards. It was self-discipline. She had lack of control of trying to, be with these kids. The kids wanted to do something their way, and she didn't like that. So she didn't really, she was aggressive with the kids, like, you have to do it my way. I'm the big celebrity. You have to do everything my way. She didn't like, behind the scenes, it was not very good. She was aggressive. She didn't like, the kids doing stuff in front of the cameras. She was nice and nice like pie in front of the cameras, but she was careless. She didn't really care what happened. She was bored with not having to deal with this controversial. She wanted to move on and get away from the kids, and she felt stuck. Oh God, everybody's thinking I have something to do with it. She felt stuck. Oh, I don't want to be involved with these kids and it was work without any reward. She thought, oh, these kids are ungrateful because of saying that I did something to them. It doesn't really say. She was greedy, but it says she was very greedy. She cared about the money and being popular and being a celebrity. She cared more about the greed and being popular than actually helping people. So she is very greedy, and she is stubborn, and she only cares about the wealth and the status that it brings, helping kids. She only cares about herself. Wow. And you need to take time so she's going to recharge your battery. Maybe she'll take time to take care of herself. work and move that could take you outdoors or in a trip. Maybe she's going to go on a trip somewhere. Yeah, so she's not happy about working with kids. It's just fake. Like it's not true that she likes being with these kids. She did it just to be, popular. All right. So it didn't say she was too crazy about kids. I'm gonna ask: was she involved with P Diddy? Was she involved with P Diddy? You know, because they never put her on the trial, which I thought was interesting. Was she involved with P Diddy? Were they friends? Like, you know, was she involved with P Diddy? I'm gonna do 4 cards. Was she involved with P Diddy? Please tell me. Um, she, she wanted opportunities to be friends with him and get along with him, and she wanted to exceed. He was a big singer or rapper. And he was popular. So she wanted to, and they had the same kind of beliefs, like be popular. They ran in the same circles. Eh, Um, So they had the public image of victory, like they did get along and they hanged out together, and they were very confident, both of them. They're very competent people. So they did, I think so far it says yeah. There were shattered dreams because people were coming out and saying P Diddy isn't a good person. He did all these things. They abused women and kids and adults and put stuff in the drinks. So they had, and it was he and her were like a family, and it was broken because and she wanted to be disconnected from him because of what he did. So she knew what was going on, like a family unit, but then she found out what was going on. She wanted to be disconnected, didn't want to be around him anymore because of what happened. Lack of planning. There was lack of planning. She didn't know what was going to happen. She didn't think it was going to happen, and she unexpected delays. She didn't know what was going to happen because of what happened with his abuse, and she didn't know, lack of the foresight of people coming in and speaking their mind because he threatened them, and so I'm going to ask 4 more cards. It says that she was friends with him, and she did have scattered dreams, and it was like a broken fed and domestic. So it said that she wanted to leave being friends with him because of what happened. But did she really know what was going on with him? Please tell me. Did she know what was going on with him? Doesn't answer. Creative opportunity. She thought it would, like I said, be a good opportunity. They'll being friends, hanging out, going to the great, be in the same circles. They could be creative. Maybe they would do a book, like he would be interviewed by her or something like that. But she had a lot of problems with she spent a lot of money. She's into alcohol and addiction. She has a lot of addictions, and she thought he had a lot of addictions. So they both had addiction problems. She thought he did, and she does have addiction problems. That's interesting. And there was disharmony in their friendship, like I said before. She thought he loved himself, and they broke up as a friendship. The friendship broke up in a broken communication. She didn't call him, and he didn't call she wanted to stay away from him and not call him anymore. She wanted to break the communication, didn't want to hang out with him anymore. And she believed that he was going to get in trouble after the women and the men spoke up against him. She thought she had she didn't say to him, "Oh, you're going to be in trouble." She just knew in time that he was going to be going, and there were negative thoughts like, "Oh God, he's going to get he's going to be caught, his hand in the cookie jar." And she wanted to be freedom from him and leave. So it says that it doesn't say anything like she knew that he was abusing these people, but she didn't really want, she didn't really ask. She didn't, she was there to just party, and if she saw things, she kept it to herself. She wasn't going to speak out. So, all right. Is there anything else, Oprah, you want to tell me before this is it? Is there anything else? Because we know you were abused, and you didn't know Einstein was doing those things, and you didn't speak up. Please tell me anything else, Oprah, you want to tell me. Maybe in the future I'll... please, I'm going to look at these oracle cards, 2 of them. Okay. Okay. This will be it. She had new ideas. I think she's going to try to move forward and have new ideas. Maybe she'll write a book about her life. Again, a more, past her certain. I know she's probably written other books, but she's going to do other things. Maybe she feels restless in her life. She's in her 70s, so she's kind of restless, and she wants to do something else. She is, doing the same thing kind of bores her. So she wants to do something else. Maybe she'll travel, do more traveling or doing stuff. She wants to do stuff that's more challenging. She's just bored, basically. And when she wants to be protective of her life and how people see her. And she likes to be the one in control. She doesn't like other people being in control. That's why she had her show and hanged out with certain people. She wants to make more money, though. She would like to do that. She wants to make more money and be more financially stable than she already is. But she's also exhausted. She needs to take some time because as you get older, you need time. So I think she feels burnt out because of what happened and she was stressed out because of Einstein and P. Diddy. So she's very stressed out, being around them. And she very stressed. She has a lot of stress because of what's going on, what happened with P. Diddy and Epstein. Also, embracing in between, because she's going to embrace how her life has been, forward, going in and out of relationship with the guy she's been with for a long time. So, embrace the in between. She's not sure if she wants to stay with him. She wants to reclaim her power. She wants to be more powerful than she already is. Be more powerful, become more powerful, make more money. So she wants to make more money. Also, she also wants to take it easy too. So that's what she said. She didn't really go into her personal life. She doesn't, because she's afraid people will judge her. She comes out as bisexual. So I might make a video in the future, update on Oprah. Until my next video, take care and have a good day. Entertainment purposes. Bye.